motherfuckers, I told you!
Jesus Christ, what now?
Have you seen what's been going on?
Be more specific.
Out there!
More specific.
On people's feet!
Less specific.
I was right, okay? You all thought I was wrong, you all thought I was fucking crazy. It was just some pipe dream. Oh, Artemis is always talking about shit like that, but I fucking called it, okay? It's happening, and I fucking called it.
What?
The slippers are taking over.
Okay, do you happen to know what kind of drugs you accidentally stepped on outside? And more importantly, how long have you been experiencing hallucinations?
No. This isn't some side effect of living in a poverty-stricken seaside town. Not this time, at least. No, this is a real trend that's actually fucking happening, and it's happening everywhere, okay? I swear.
Okay, so in what earthly way are slippers taking over?
They're becoming the new shoes.
In the sense that they can both be worn on the feet, then yes. That has always been true, but yes.
But now you can wear them anywhere, and it's just fine.
Oh, did they change that law, or was it never actually illegal in the first place?
You're mocking me, aren't you?
Almost always.
Well, mock all you want. It doesn't change the fact that I'm right, okay? You see, Ugg boots, Uggs, they were the fucking OG. They were the fucking beginning of it all. That was where they started getting people used to this feeling of having something fluffy on their feet as they walk around outside. You know, it's like stealthy combat that doesn't look too ridiculous, that people can get used to and is super comfortable. You know, it helps that it looks great.
Looks great? Are you sure about that?
Right, yeah, because, you know, the pinnacle of fashion design has culminated to become this fucking hat and shirt combination that you've been wearing for a fucking decade.
You're mocking me now, aren't you?
Almost always. But anyways, you know, if Ugg was the beginning to get people used to comfort that looks great, and it does, then the next step would be Crocs. They were the next step in the slipperification, okay? Because then you introduce something a bit less conventional looking, a bit more ridiculous, because people are used to, you know, walking out in comfort and seeing people in the fluffy comforts of like Ugg boots and shit, but then you bring Crocs into the mix and suddenly you've got something with like no fastenings that you don't need to pull on, that you can just slip into, so they're like slippers and they're comfortable, but they look fucking weird. That was the fucking next step that led to this combination of things.
Okay, if you're about to show me the unholy abomination that is the Krug boot, then I think I'm going to have to confiscate your phone again.
Oh, no, that shit can burn for all I fucking care, but it helped in, you know, changing the general perception of what footwear is acceptable in public, and, you know, suddenly the thought of wearing fluffy boots or moccasins or slip-ons like that isn't so ridiculous in public until eventually you come up with the ultimate hybrid. This.
Slipper.
Exactly. A fucking fluffy slip-on slipper meant to be worn without socks, with a reinforced outsole that looks like a conventional shoe shape whilst having all the fucking comfort. Okay, they did it. They fused the best of everything into this, and it's a beautiful moment to be alive. I mean, they did it. The crazy bastards finally did it.
And what, you think this was some sort of deliberate plan? Not just people seeking out comfortable footwear?
Well, what the fuck else could it be?
People seeking out comfortable footwear? Like I just said.
Oh, come on now, you're just being ridiculous. You're just clutching at straws, anything to discredit this, okay? The real question is what the fuck is next? If we've gotten people used to this, then I mean, are paw slippers the final goal? Is it like animal slippers? Are we gearing ourselves towards a totally plush society? I gotta figure this out. I've gotta fucking dig in.
How much caffeine is in a cup of tea? Because we might need to cut down on his consumption a bit. Hey boy, do you ever
start a conversation like it's a fucking commercial? No, funnily enough, I don't. And no does any other real, actual living person.
Yeah, we've already done the whole sarcastic back and forth about how I start a conversation. We've done that plenty of fucking times, so I think we can just go ahead and skip it this time, yeah?
Oh, have we? Oh, okay, no worries. What's on your mind?
Oh, good, lovely. Wasn't quite expecting that, but let's go with it. Yeah, you ever wonder how people fucking operate in this world when all they seem to focus on and direct all their energy towards things that they absolutely fucking despise and hate?
Yes, actually, I do wonder that from time to time. Wow, what a productive conversation this has been. I'm glad we had it. Go make some tea now, yeah?
No, but really, honestly, seriously, Really.
Really what? Are you just now realising that people are far more likely to put effort and energy into hating on something than they are to actually enjoying something? I mean, hell, isn't that just being British 101? Or fuck your entire goddamn species?
Yeah, but it really doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. Like, the people who have the least to do with a fucking issue seem to be the most vocal about how much they hate it, despite the fact it has absolutely nothing to do with them or their life or anyone that they know or anything at all.
I'm going to go ahead and assume that I know what issues you're talking about, but yeah, I mean, you are kind of right. People who have never once in their life been anywhere near a transgendered person are always the first ones to stand up and want all of their fucking rights taken away, all in the name of somehow being, I don't know, anti-woke or some other right-wing dog whistle bullshit.
Fuck, don't even get me started on that phrase. How has that been turned into a slam dunk on people these days? You know, how have you managed to turn something that was supposed to be, like, awareness of an issue into somehow a fucking insult?
Right? Like, what is the fucking argument for that? Like, fucking lefty, look at you being aware of the fucking way the politicians are using this culture war to stoke divide between us so that we don't actually notice how they're destroying the country and siphoning all our money off into their pockets. Fucking idiot lefty woke snowflake bastard. Like, great. Wonderful. You can stick your head in the sand and fucking die, and we'll be aware of the imminent danger and maybe take steps to fucking avoid it, yeah?
I just don't get it, though. I mean, yeah, I've struggled before with, you know, finding a balance, and sometimes you've got to be careful what you look at online, limit your time on social media, and just not look at the fucking news. But I mean, fuck, how do you do that? How do you wake up every morning, log onto your phone on the internet, and just decide to immerse yourself in all of that shit which you know is gonna fuck you right off, set you off for the rest of your day? How does anybody fucking cope with that?
My guess would be they have literally nothing else in their life to occupy themselves.
I mean, I guess, but it can't be that simple, can it?
Well, I mean, when you need a break from all of the negativity and shit, then you find a balance there, don't you? You know, you watch some videos on YouTube, or you put the PS5 on and, you know, play a game where you get to say boy at someone all the time, or you play with Milo and just somehow completely fucking ignore that I'm sitting here as well, or you socialise online with friends or something like that. You know, you see the shit and the bad and you think, I need to balance this out, and you find some positive and some happiness. Do you really think that they do that? Do you really think that they even have things in their life that can fulfill that?
Huh. Maybe you're right. I mean, I think it would be fair to assume that anyone who is that outwardly fucking hostile about issues like anything, actually, is probably going to be quite the arseache to be around in general and have them as part of your fucking life.
Exactly. They lack that little slice of happiness, or maybe they have it, but it's nowhere near big enough to outweigh all of the fucking hatred inside of them. So they're left with no other real option than to get online and spew out all of that rage and hatred as if, you know, that has any chance of filling the gaping fucking hole inside them.
It's kind of depressing when you think about it.
Oh, abso-fucking-lutely. Like, it's just a symptom of someone's life being a total fucking shambles. Like, yes, we get it. You have the right to your own fucking opinion, but do you have a healthy relationship with your kids? Do you have any actual friends that you meet up with socially? Do you have anything other than a list of things you hate?
Literally. Man, people are really fucked up.
And that, my dear friend, will never ever change. People are just generally completely fucking shit. It makes me so very glad I'm not one of you. Now, go and be shit somewhere else. Hey, you made a drink, right?
Correct. Are we flexing our amazing powers of observation, or is it just another day of stating the fucking obvious?
What is it? It smells something something not like tea is what it smells like.
That's because it's not tea.
Right, yeah, because that's what I was afraid of.
Afraid of? Really?
Oh, maybe we are stating the obvious today. Yes, afraid of.
Okay, I'll buy it. Why exactly would this give you reason to fear?
Because honestly, I thought about this before, and I just don't think I could handle prison, you know?
So fucking long-winded. And you're worrying about this because...
Because, well, you know what's bound to happen if you switch from tea permanently. I mean, I can't be held accountable for my fucking actions in such a heinous fucking crime, can I?
Yes, you very much actually can be held accountable for your actions as kind of the purpose of the law. But putting that aside to 1 second, what makes you think that you'd ever go to prison?
Oh, really? You think they go easy on me? Like, I mean, it is my first time, so...
No. Of course not. You're a dog. You attack a human and they're much more likely to just destroy you.
Well, isn't that fucking charming? Sitting here talking about me being killed. Nice. Real fucking classy.
In response to you killing me, which, I'm going to be honest, I think I've taken pretty fucking chill, considering my only crime is entering the room, sitting down and trying to enjoy a nice cup of coffee.
Excuse me, you fucking what?
Well, what the fuck else did you think it would be?
I don't know. Maybe you're sick and you needed some Lemsip, or you just fancied some milk.
Who the fuck drinks cold milk from a fucking mug?
Well, I didn't say it would be cold.
Right, yeah, no, you're right, because it is much more plausible that I would have like warmed up and frothed some fucking milk and had that plain in a cup, then just add an espresso on top as well.
I can't believe you've done this after everything we've been through.
It's just a fucking drink. Hell, it's made the same fucking way.
But there's no theatre to it. There's no ritual. There's no special act of gently splashing the boiling crystal clear water into the welcoming, eager mug. The delicate ballet of the tea bag as it swirls around the rippling currents of warmth that entice such beautiful brown notes of nutty tea and soothing, surrendered serenity, and then both of which succumbing to the deluge of tempered milk and potentially a little bit of sugar to sweeten things up and bring about such a beautiful, transcendent experience that is tea.
That bordered just a little too closely on creepy there, didn't it?
Says you with your soulless fucking coffee making routine, all that fucking pressure and steam. Like, you really think that's conducive to a relaxing fucking beverage?
Yeah, where in this house do you think I'm hiding a fucking espresso machine? And a silent one at that. I was only joking when I mentioned it a second ago. You know that, right?
But apparently anything's possible with you now.
No, boy, it's not, okay? It's a simple fucking coffee bag. It's exactly the same process as making tea. It's just there's coffee in a bag instead of tea in the bag. That's it.
Really?
Really?
So you still went through the same ritual, the same action, the same commandments as making a cup of tea. The only difference is that it's ground coffee inside the bag instead of a blend of tea.
Really?
Oh, thank God. Holy shit, you really had me going there for a second. Oh, God. I was not in the mood to fill up an entire bathtub of tea and baptize you anew, because that's where it was fucking going.
Fuck's sake, look, I humoured you once with the whole baptism of tea shit. And that was only because you chucked it in my fucking face, okay? We're not doing that again.
Well, thankfully now we don't need to, okay? The old ways still stick, so... Yeah, I think this should appease the Lord of Tea. As long as you, like, make it the same way, you know, water, then bag, then milk, and whatnot, then we should be relatively okay.
Well, I mean, I have got some flavoured syrup in here as well. But yeah, basically...
But you just had to fuck it up, didn't you?